play, Tom.
All right, the thing I was thinking about, Denver now has gotten 95 yards rushing total after 3 quarters. Dallas has 109, but Denver only has 24 yards in the air.
The Dallas running backs now are Preston Pearson and Robert Newhouse. Second and long. 14 yards they need. The blitz is on, and Roger Staubach throws down the middle to Pearson. He did well to get rid of it. Let's go down now to Paul Hornung.
Pat, Tony Dorsett is up, walking around the sidelines. He looks all right. Both the doctor and the orthopedic surgeon who travels with the Cowboys have examined him. We'll just have to wait and see. He's putting a lot of weight on his right knee. He could come back, I think.
Paul, thank you very much. Tony Dorsett's problem is right knee. Roger Staubach's problem is 3rd and 9.
Have you noticed that injured players are coming back? This is the game, right?
There goes Tony D heading for the locker room. They'll probably take some x-rays or do some further examination and find out. They don't hurt much, though, when he's gone, as long as they have Preston Pearson. Roger Staubach looking at a blitz, trying to get out of it. He dropped the football. Jim Tunney right on top of it. Denver has it. Reuben Carter came out of the pile with the ball.
This is an all-out blitz, too. The outside linebacker gets, that's Jackson. Jackson strips Roger of the ball. And now help arrives. Paul Smith. And Reuben Carter gets the ball.
So Denver turns the turnovers around. And the Broncos have a first down at their own 45. The Broncos have the football with 14 minutes, 2 seconds. Dallas will take over at the 20-yard line with Danny White at quarterback and 12 minutes and 18 seconds left to play. Dorsett is out of the locker room. Roger Staubach is still in there. We'll get a report from Paul Hornung in just a second. In the meantime, Danny White, number 11, is the Dallas quarterback. Danny White is going to throw a screen, and he does to Preston Pearson, and it's got something going. Preston out to the 25. Let's go to Paul Hornung.
Pat, Tony Dorsett just walked very slowly back to this bench. Also, Roger Staubach is still in the locker room, and they're working on his right index finger of his throwing hand. It has been bummed up. We don't know to what extent, but 2/3 of the Dallas starting backfield is out right now.
All right, thank you. And there's Danny White, the man who has taken the place of Roger Staubach.
Again, the play looked like it was going to go for 20 and only went for 5.
And so that makes it 2nd and 5 with 11 and a half minutes left to play in the game. Newhouse and Pearson behind Danny White. And that's Newhouse. And that's nothing. Reuben Carter. And here comes Roger Staubach out of the locker room. There was a problem, as Paul just said, with his right index finger. Well, listen to the applause for Roger Staubach as he comes out.
They couldn't write a script for it like this, could you? And he wants to play. You can tell he's not coming back out to sit down.
There is no bandage on the finger. But he's checking it.
He's looking at it. Looks like he doesn't have any feeling in it to me.
That's what it looks like. And so Danny White drops to the shotgun. 3rd down and 3 yards to go. Quarterback draw, and Danny White has a Dallas first down. Make no mistake about it. Danny White is one fine athlete. 12 yards.
The big kid from Arizona State. Watch him put it away. And I'll tell you something. He might like getting a chance to play.
It's a fairly big game.
Few people watching.
Dallas first down. By the time they break the huddle, there will be 10 minutes left. Roger throwing on the Dallas sideline. The guy who was helping him warm up was Bob Hayes. Could run a little bit. Look at Danny White with all kinds of time. Deflected by Randy Gradishar. Drew Pearson almost came back in time to make the catch, but Gradishar got the deep drop.
Here's Drew now getting through traffic. Again, the Denver linebackers really get deep, and boy, can they play. Gradishar's already tipped it. No chance there, and Alzado buried young Danny White.
And Alzado came off.
See that thigh all wrapped up, and Alzado is still in there thumping.
Bryson Manor takes his place, number 66. 9:50 left to play. Dallas 20. On a draw play, Newhouse is wrapped up by Barney Shavin. Roger Staubach watching Danny White operate the Dallas offense.
Well, I'll tell you, this entire place, and maybe the whole country, the game is no longer the sweet smell of success. This is not a bowl game.
They're not bowling, that's for sure. They're knocking each other around. 9:20 left to play. Cowboys 20, Broncos 10. Preston Pearson and Scott Laidlaw, the running backs now on 3rd and 8, and Danny White's not happy. He called a timeout. That'll leave Dallas with 2. Tom Landry checks his notes while he waits for his backup quarterback, Danny White, to come over and talk over the situation. In the meantime, Roger Staubach was just telling him he was ready.
The major difference, Sylvania beats RCA.
Take a look at this.
Sylvania beats Zenith. And we'd like you to... Sylvania beats Sony and GE and Sears. That's right. Recently, over 1,000 people saw 6 unidentified 19-inch color pictures side by side. Then they picked the best overall picture, and the clear winner was the Sylvania Superset. So get the picture that beat them all, the Sylvania Superset. Side by side, we beat them all.
America's best-selling new car in history. Ford Fairmont, for lots of reasons. Fairmont has the highest gas mileage rating of any midsize wagon.
These days, the higher the better.
Fairmont gives you the most room for the money of any wagon.
Lots of headroom and broken leg room.
Fairmont has the lowest sticker price of any mid-size wagon.
Man's best friend is a low price. Test Fairmont at your Ford dealer, where the better ideas keep coming.
Danny White is out. Roger Staubach is in.
Quarterback gets caught up. Your safety man has to go for the corner and give you some help.
Newhouse, first pass of the year, is a Super Bowl touchdown completion to Golden Richards. And Dallas now leads 27-10. They're cool. Cowboy cheerleaders have no reason to be belligerent, just happy. And the other cheerleaders haven't given up. 2nd down, 3rd down now for Dallas. Roger Staubach throws the shovel pass to Preston Pearson, and Dallas has a 1st down. A play that they used so effectively a couple of years ago. They've kept under wraps.
Remember?
Yeah. Twice they did it against the Rams. In the regular season and in the playoffs. Flag is down, however, after all that.
How about the first play that Newhouse throws a pass all year? They call it in the game, huh?
And he throws a strike, running left from out of the ground.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of vision to throw.
Walk off against the Cowboys. Tom Jackson is coming off.
Ineligible lineman downfield. Offense number 68, 10 yards. Still 3rd down.
Herbert Scott was in the pass pattern.
I tell you, I don't want to hear any moaning about the officiating. I'll tell you.
Heck no.
Tunney's crew has been on top of it.
Cowboys have set a record today. They have been penalized 12 times. They're still winning by 17 points. 27-10, 2 minutes, 10 seconds left to play. He looks like he's out for a Sunday afternoon chat in the park. That was Larry Cole.
Sitting on the back porch.
He's been here before. One of 8 Cowboys who played in Super Bowl games before. Forward handoff to Scott Laidlaw. Tackled by Joe Rizzo. And Danny White trots onto the field from the far side. D.D. Lewis thinks he's going to get another championship ring. And look at the Cowboys. That'll be the notification that there are 2 minutes left to play in Super Bowl number 12. Red Miller knows it. Tom Landry already knows it. It's a formality. Look at Drew Pearson walking off the field like he's leading the band. A guy who's made this week so enjoyable and done such a terrific job, the producer of Super Bowl 12, Bob Stinner.
He was good on the pregame show, too, wasn't he?
Out of sight. Speaking of out of sight, the director, Tony Verna, and the rest of these people who really, really worked hard. For you and me, it's been a vacation. For them, just an outstanding setup and production. We thank you very much.
You know, Patrick, what I really like about the National Hockey League is when the two teams finish the playoff, they all line up and shake hands. And for some reason, I wouldn't have liked to have shaken hands with all the guys I played against. But it isn't a bad tradition, you know?
Well, you and I played against each other, and we shook hands.
You mean yesterday?
10 years later.
But, you know, once it's over, it's over. And a lot of people don't quite understand how you can turn it on for 3 hours and turn it off.
Well, it's like you really belong to a fraternity almost, an athletic fraternity.
They're dynamite young people that we've been watching, I'll tell you that.
2 minutes to go. Danny White. Back to kick for Dallas. Rick Upchurch. Alone for Denver. They're going to try to block this. He still gets off a shot. Upchurch chased back to the 30. There's a flag down. Upchurch dodging around, but again, it's Thomas Henderson that puts on the clamp. Danny White on his knees back at about the 8-yard line, and it's probably going to be the Dallas ball. Upchurch is still upset. They did not hit the ball. They hit the kicker.
I tell you, Danny White has auditioned for being a starting quarterback for somebody. You already know he can punt. He didn't handle himself very badly, did he?
Norris Weiss, who came in and got the Broncos on the scoreboard, and it'll be a Dallas first down. Jim Tunney will tell you just a second from now who did it.
Personal foul, running into the kicker defense. First down.
No, he won't. Hollywood Henderson.
World champion, Dallas Cowboys.
We know,
the
Thomas.
world champion.
We know.
We are the world champion. Orange Crush.
Orange Crush and soda water.
Crush orange.
Orange Crush and soda.
Harvey Martin saying that Orange Crush might be soda water. But I'll tell you what, the Orange Crush ain't bad.
Well, Harvey Martin's not playing against the Orange Crush defense either. They play pretty well on the other side.
A half-hour weekly show, celebrity against celebrity. Superstars going one-on-one to prove who is the real sport. Tom Brookshire is the host. And some of the sports you'll see include Jimmy Walker, Mackenzie Phillips, William Shatner, Elka Summer, Jim Turner. His second visit to the Super Bowl. The first one was happy when the Jets beat the Colts. This one not so happy, and not so happy for Craig Morton. For the first time in Super Bowl history, there are co-winners of the most valuable players. The co-winners, Randy White and Harvey Martin of the Dallas Cowboys. In the meantime, on the other side of the field, the faces of the Broncos are not so happy, but Thomas Henderson is. I don't think that I would be able to pick a most valuable player. You have to give Ed Jones a lot of credit.
Well, I picked Roger Staubach.
You have to give him a lot of credit. You have to give Tony Dorsett some commendation, and Robert Newhouse. Now, those Denver fans, no matter what the scoreboard says, love those Broncos. And it's not hard to see why. 2nd and 7 situation, 1 minute and 36 seconds left to play. Now back. Handoff to Preston Pearson. Preston comes near a first down before he's stopped by Joe Rizzo. But it's going to be history. before too much longer.
You know, the early
Dallas
days,
will have won by 17.
the early days of the AFL, a goal line stand was about a 40-yard run. You know, and the same Denver team would win 48 to 38 or something.
Tom Landry, as Tom Brookshire has said throughout the day, looked like that when he came on the field when the score was 0-0.
Ford introduces Futura, a dramatic combination of styling and technology for 1978 and beyond. Futura, designed by computer modeling and aerodynamic testing. It can provide excellent fuel economy and room for 5 passengers as well. Futura, designed for 1978 and beyond. Realistically priced for today. See your Ford dealer for a personal test drive.
Up here, the wind can turn an entire ski slope into one big snowdrift. But you're going to take the mountain away from the storm and give it back to the skiers. Now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. America's quality beer, Miller High Life.
If you got the time, you got the time. We got the beer. Miller beer.
Well, there it is. The Dallas Cowboys will be the NFL champions. 1 minute and 22 seconds left to play.
May I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Harvey Martin and Randy White get a car. What do? Pull it apart with their bare hands?
They loan it to Ed Jones and Jethro Pugh.
The 4 of them go for a ride, huh?
1 minute and 10 seconds. It looks like they represent the team that's going to win, but I'm not so sure that the Dallas cheerleaders are in a class above the Denver cheerleaders. They're all terrific.
You know, in 1958, it was the greatest game ever played, right? Baltimore and New York at that time, and everybody saw it. And now we got 2 Western cities playing in this Super Bowl. Rather ironical.
Clock's still going, but don't you go away, because we'll be going into locker rooms afterward with a big post-game show. I'd like to thank 2 guys who've done super jobs all year long, as a matter of fact, our statistician Jim Krauser and our spotter Lance Barrow. Thank you. I don't say that the Cowboys were sure that they were going to win, but before the game started, a Cowboy official who I won't mention gave me tickets to their victory party. Does that sound confident?
Yeah, it sounds like they have a chance to win it, doesn't it?
That's Tex Schramm with Landry, the president of the Cowboys. And there he goes. Dallas has defeated Denver in Super Bowl number 12. Dallas 27, Denver 10. Landry still calm, still collected. We'll put on another ring. What do you think, Thomas?
Only the other NFC team other than Green Bay Packers who've ever been able to pull it off. The AFC has battled them right to the post and the pillar, hasn't it?
That's right. There's Red Miller coming over to say hello to Tom Landry, I believe. And bouquets should go in his direction. All the praise should not go to Landry. A lot should go to Red Miller, too. But the Dallas Cowboys win Super Bowl 12. Tom Brookshire with Pat Summerall. Thank you for listening to us. The Super Bowl today on CBS will return after this word from your local station.
The Super Bowl today is sponsored by Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, brewers of world-renowned Budweiser. Anytime's the right time to say Budweiser. Ford and your Ford dealer who invite you to see their better ideas for 78, including Fairmont, the Ford in your future. By your neighborhood McDonald's restaurant. At McDonald's, we do it all for you. And by the Transamerica Corporation. Stay tuned as the Super Bowl today continues after this word from your local station. An earthquake unleashes an army of creeping, crawling bugs that terrify a California town. Don't miss the television premiere of Bug on the Friday night movies this Friday on CBS.
If you love our hot and juicy hamburgers, wait till you taste our chili. Wendy's chili has meat and beans, meat and tomatoes, meat and just the right spices. By weight, there's more meat in Wendy's chili than beans. If you love our hot and juicy hamburgers, wait till you taste our chili.
Announcing a unique new motor oil from Exxon Research that can actually save money. New Golden Natural Uniflow. Uniflow was tested in cars like yours. After break-in, it delivered an overall average of 16 extra miles per tank full. Savings like that could cut your gasoline bill the equivalent of about 3 cents a gallon. New Uniflow motor oil is Exxon's best engine protection ever. It conserves gasoline, saves money.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Tomorrow we go back to civilization. And let's have a last night in the wilderness party.
Yeah, great idea.
I've got just what we need.
So tonight.
Hello, Brown. You've been hiding that all week.
I was waiting for the right moment.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Well, like the song says, here's to good friends.
Let it be Lowenbrow.
Know where we got the money to go camping this month? From our van. We financed it with a Flex-A-Loan from Continental National Bank. Flex-A-Loan gives us the option of delaying up to 2 payments a year. So when we need extra cash, we just postpone a van payment and pay a small fee instead. We can get away from a payment once in a while and have a great van to get away in, thanks to Flex-A-Loan.
Flex-A-Loan from Continental National Bank of Fort Worth.